Hey YouTube, Heir of Carthage back. You can see I am on the Empire Total War Grand Campaign, which is indeed a grand campaign, probably the biggest one that has ever been seen in a Total War game. And I know that that won't be beaten by Shogun, because Shogun of course takes place in Japan. So here you can see that this campaign actually involves the three major areas of the world. I'm not saying anything outside these areas isn't major, because obviously we don't have Southern Africa and Australia. But in any case, you can see that this campaign pretty much encompasses the entire world, which is pretty cool. And you can pick from a number of different factions. You can see England, France, Austria, United Provinces, Spain, Prussia, Poland, Ottomans, Russia, Sweden, Marathas. So there's quite a lot. And you can also play as America in the Road to Independence campaign. Now there's a lot of you that asked me for several different campaigns here. I do want to do an entire campaign on Empire, because I have never done an entire campaign on Empire, and I'm going to pick Poland, Lithuania. We're going to do a short campaign, because world domination is pointless. Takes forever. I've done it with France and a couple other factions on this game, and you can see I have the campaign difficulty on hard, the battle difficulty on normal. And the reason being is that when the battle difficulty is on normal, that's about as good as the computer's going to get. You put them on hard, and all it's going to do is just give them unfair morale advantages. But if you put the campaign difficulty on hard, it'll make larger armies and stuff for you to fight against. It does give the computer some unfair money advantages and stuff, but you've seen how the campaign goes sometimes when it's on medium or easy. It's the computer just doesn't put up very good armies to fight you. So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, just like on Rome Total War, they have the like little quote of the day things down there. You can read that if you want. It's by Suvorov, which is a famous Russian general, just before the times of Napoleon, or in the beginnings of the time of Napoleon, before he died.
Your first priority should be to keep the fragile Commonwealth together. There are many threats to its security from all sides. Prussia has imperial ambitions and desires to connect its fractured territory. Sweden and Russia are squaring up for war, while the Austrian Empire already controls much of the region and may expand eastward. It is unlikely that the territories of Poland-Lithuania will survive entirely unscathed, and your borders must be well defended. Polish territory is also under threat from the south. Galicia and Podolia borders the Crimea, Belarus and Volhynia borders Russia. The Ottoman Empire may renew their quest for a greater European foothold. If so, there will inevitably be clashes with both Russia and Austria, so a wily national leader could secure a Black Sea port from the Crimea. This would give Poland a clear line of trade to the Baltic and make it considerably richer in the process. It would also be sensible to ally with larger nations that may be able to assist Poland should her immediate neighbors attack. France, Britain, and Sweden are good candidates for trade and alliance partners.
Okay, there's the little opening campaign advice. Now I'll give you some of my own campaign advice. I have played this campaign before. It's a pretty fun one. I like playing as Poland and Lithuania because they're kind of underdogs, and in real life they were kind of in a diminishing state during this period. But they have some cool units, the coolest of which on the game, obviously, is the Winged Hussars, and then they also have cool units like Guard Grenadiers. So Poland has a couple of things going for it. We need to do some research first, and the first thing I like to research, and you can see what these things do. We're going to research empiricism first. Want to get that out of the way, and you see that I sent my gentleman to the school here in Krakow. And you start off with some armies here. The cannons and stuff that are in them can be useful if you end up in a battle where you're squaring off against a fort. So I usually disband cannons and stuff in the beginning of the campaign, but at this point I'm not. And here we have a town here that's at immediate threat from Prussia. It's actually the territory is called West Prussia. Prussia will try to take it back. Right now, I believe we're at peace with Prussia, and we're at peace with the Austrians. So you have a couple of options when you start. One campaign I played, I actually squelched out the Prussians first and tried to be friends with the Austrians, but eventually the Austrians are going to turn against you. What I would suggest is remaining allied with Russia. If you can do that, then that will aid you very much. So I like to remain allied with Russia, let them kind of hold off Sweden, because Sweden will come after you eventually. I don't like to start a huge war with the Ottomans, but I do like to take the Crimean area if possible, because you get a sweet trade port there. What you want to focus on first, in my opinion, is the Austrians and the Prussians. The Ottomans are going to offer little threat. I think awful was an actual good slip of the tongue there, because I don't expect any real threat from the Ottomans. But we can cause problems for the Ottomans by sending our priest down here and let him do some work in their territory. Start trying to convert the populace to Catholicism for eventually when we take over. We start with small armies kind of all over the map. Let's get into the recruitment. What we're going to do is quickly recruit up some decent troops. So we'll go ahead and start that. I'll get a unit of line infantry headed for here. I got the pikemen aren't real helpful, but they're okay if you hang on to them for the first couple of turns. They can actually be useful as melee infantry. Let's see, this army, I'll have a couple of units of line as well. And I'm going to start moving this army in this direction so that I can use these guys here. So let's start some buildings. We're going to build a larger government building there. We don't have a whole lot of money left, so let's see what we can build in these different places. We don't even have a barracks in this city. I'm looking for stuff, though, that's going to increase our income right off the bat, so I'll go ahead and build those government buildings. We also want to go into the diplomacy here. This is an important part of Empire, and we're going to want to hook up trade routes with pretty much anybody who's willing to trade with us. So here's Austria. They seem to be pretty much indifferent to us. Actually, I'm not going to do that because I'm actually going to attack them really soon, so we're going to hold off on that. Let's see who else we could trade with. Sweden. Let's look at some of these minor nations, see if any of them are semi-friendly to us, and we can work out a trade agreement. Nope. Doesn't look like we'll be doing any trading with a lot of these people. Well, let's go ahead and set up trade routes. Let's close that out. Set up some trade routes with the people that we can. So Austria, we'll open negotiations with them. We're going to break this trade agreement real soon, but hey, maybe I can get a little bit of money out of it. I'm going to take down Prussia first, and then, well, I'm going to take down one of Prussia's territories, and then quickly take care of, and then quickly take care of Austria at the same time. Let's see if the Ottomans will trade with us. They're a little bit hostile, but if we request a trade agreement, and let's see what happens. They want a single payment of all the money I have left. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm not going to attack the Ottomans right now either. So there we got a couple of trade agreements. That'll be good. Let's go ahead and end this first. Oh, yeah, we got our research started. Yeah, you don't want to forget your research. Let's end the first turn here. Now, there are a lot of factions, so sometimes it can take a little bit to end a turn. They want military access for 10 turns. I don't really want to grant that to them because I'm about to get in a fight with them and I don't want their armies right in the middle of my land. And Austria will be pretty friendly to you in the beginning, and so will Prussia, but I mean, you don't want to let these guys build up. Here you can see that Sweden is attacking Denmark. So we'll go ahead and enter the war on the side of our ally here because we don't want to lose. Denmark is an ally. I mean, it's not like a big deal, but we don't want Sweden to get that foothold down here in lower Europe. Or I should say mainland Europe, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the correct terminology is there. So here's all the tons and tons of little minor factions that are in the Empire Grand Campaign. Alright, let's see what our scrolls. We have the Julian calendar. War is declared between United Provinces and Spain. Doesn't surprise me. And then I have a couple of line infantry that were recruited. You can see Prussia's got a pretty sizable force waiting up here, and that's the first place that we're going to attack because we don't want Prussia making a run on West Prussia here. So we'll go ahead and take West Prussia, and then the Prussians will be a little bit more hemmed in. The only other region they'll have here is like yeah, I think just Berlin. I think they just start with those two regions. So this will help us out. Let's go ahead and combine our military force here. These men are actually headed south, so I'm going to let them continue to head that way. I'm just going to combine these two armies. I don't know why he felt like he needed to march all the way around. And we're going to take our spy here and see if we can go cause a ruckus. See if we can sabotage a building. Ooh, not real likely on any of those, but let's try it. Oh man, agent executed. Oh well. At least we went for it. So that's about all we need to do this turn. Not a whole lot. We're just kind of building up a little bit of our economy and infrastructure at this point. Building that building here. We should go ahead and build a barracks there while we have the money. We will build an opera house here, help make the people a little bit happier. Build a magistrate there. And I think that'll be a decent little start here. Let's see if we can improve any of our... Doesn't look like we can improve any of our little small buildings yet. And we'll go ahead and end the turn. Now, with the campaign on hard, we are going to want to act fairly quick, because we're going to be attacked pretty quick too. Here they're wanting me to like trade them regions and military access. We're just going to ignore them again because we're about to end up in a fight with them. We just want their trade money for now. So it's kind of a backstabbing relationship that we have with Austria. And here it looks like Prussia's going to declare war on me. That's fine because I was just about to attack them. And it looks like quite a few of my allies have joined in, including Courland, Russia. I don't expect them to really offer much help, but at least they're, you know, it's sometimes they do help. So can't take it completely for completely for granted. Man, I forgot how many factions are on here. It's great though to have all these factions because the little minor nations can actually help you with trade and everything else. Okay, we have a new gentleman that got recruited. We want to get him sent off to school. So there he is. The more gentlemen you have at your school, the quicker you can research technology. And you want to be able to research technology quickly. See, alliance broken between Austria and Great Britain. Get an ancillary war declared between Prussia and Austria. So Austria has declared war on Prussia as well. Trade agreement canceled with Prussia, of course, because we're at war with them. We need to march against Prussia. Let's see, let's join up all of our troops here. They're going to make a quick move against West Prussia, no doubt. So we're going to send in our troops to be ready to attack. They'll probably attack West Prussia on this turn. And we don't really have anything there to guard it with. I'll recruit a unit of pikemen, just in case. I don't want to spend too much money on pikemen, though. You definitely want to get your economy rolling. That's part of the reason why I'm researching empiricism. It helps with your economy, because it'll help in the amount of money that you're going to be gaining. And you want to build a little bit of infrastructure militarily and economically speaking. So you can see here, oh, I forgot I had these troops here in that fort. It's not much, but I don't know. If the Prussians want to attack the fort, I could probably hold off a good deal of them. Forgot I had a fort here too. We don't need these forts, so I'm just going to move my men out of it. Combine my troops here into one gigantic, crappy militia-type army, and we're going to go ahead and make a move on the Austrians here pretty darn quick. Let's go ahead and end another turn. I think we're ready to do so. So you're going to want to quickly lash out, like I said, against Austria and Prussia and take away their power, because in the near future you're going to have to worry about France and the United Province. Here you can see that Austria's gone ahead and declared war on me. Or no, Austria is declaring war on Saxony. I'm not really worried about Saxony, and I don't want to get in a fight with Austria just quite yet. I want to go ahead and make a knockout blow on the Prussians, and I'm just going to be prepared to invade Austria as soon as I'm ready there. Alright. Goes all the little minor factions again. It's actually pretty darn cool how many factions they included in this campaign. I think that's one of the things that makes it so neat. The diplomacy is really important. It says our path is blocked. I'm not really too worried about that. Okay, here's my army. The Prussians have yet to lash out against West Prussia, so I'm going to take this opportunity to start moving towards that bridge there so that I can defend West Prussia. And I'm going to go ahead and get this gentleman into the school, get him studying. And it looks like one more turn and we will have finished the research on empiricism. That's good. Opera House is almost finished. We'll go ahead and build the better government chambers there while we have a little bit of spare cash. See if there's any other buildings we can improve. In the meantime, yeah, we'll go ahead and build a barracks in this city as well. In Vilnius. It's a cool name. I want to attack Austria, but I'm worried they're just going to lash out against Warsaw, which is relatively undefended at the moment. So I'm going to wait just one more turn until I can start training some troops to defend Warsaw. The money situation they start you out in on this campaign really isn't that bad. In fact, I found a couple of times that I've played this campaign that it's really not too hard to get a decent economy rolling if you build the right buildings and then take a couple of key provinces. And I do like to manage the taxes and buildings by myself in this particular instance, so all of you auto-manage haters will be very happy with me. So we finished empiricism. That'll help our economy a little bit. And we finished a couple of other buildings. Saxony was destroyed by the Austrians, so they've now taken a new city. Gonna be somewhere up in here. Alright, let's take a look at our next research opportunity here. We're going to go ahead and research plug bayonets. We want to get some bayonets so that we can quickly have a melee advantage on the battlefield. And we're going to attack the Prussians. And we're just going to continue the siege here. We want them to come out and fight against us. And they have better troops than me, but I'll be able to outdo them. Just because, again, it's AI versus a human opponent. And they have a fort there, and that's why I'm not going to attack them. I'm going to make them come out of the fort to stop me. I'm going to use this opportunity to train some troops. We're going to train up some line infantry. It's going to take pretty much all my money. And I said we were going to wait one more turn. We'll wait one more turn to attack Austria. That way I'll have more troops that'll be on the way. They want a military alliance. I'm going to grant this to them, just so that they don't attack me in the next couple of turns. It'll probably be more like 2 turns. I keep delaying my attack on Austria. This is exactly what I want. Here we go. We're going to have Prussia face off against us up here in East Prussia. We want them to come out of their fort and fight us, so I'll gladly accept this battle.